Hey, it's Van Lego Productions here, and I am doing another custom minifig review, this one of my Cobra Trooper from the 1980s G.I. Joe cartoon. Now, if you probably have no idea in the world what a Cobra Trooper is, or probably what G.I. Joe is other than the recent movies. But that's not all that's not all they made. The movies were based off of, a 1980s cartoon from, it's just kind of like Star Wars The Clone Wars in a way. It's kind of a mix of sci-fi and like military, and then the cartoon itself is based off of the 1960s G.I. Joe action figures, like the 12-inch guys, but then they made the 3-inch ones for the show. I have a few of those, like the newer reissue ones. It's funny, I got into this a while ago because my uncle liked G.I. Joe a lot when he was a kid, and he showed me some of his vintage guys, and then like he got me a few of the newer ones for my birthday, and it just kind of escalated from there. Like that was the main thing I was into before I found Star Wars and Lego. But yeah, I'm just pulling it up, the image on my iPad, but there's a lot of pictures of him kinda. It's kind of be long because I'm going to be explaining what the heck G.I. Joe is. This is just on the literally G.I. Joe wiki. It's called Joepedia if you want to look up anything on there. Oops, sorry, stepping on some stuff. But if you want to look up anything about G.I. Joe on there, of course this is just my iPad. Yes, but oops. Before Cobra started to have more specialized personnel, there were the Cobra Troopers. These men served as the basic infantrymen of Cobra. Each man swore absolute loyalty to Cobra Commander, who, by the way, I will be making a custom of in like, a few months. While serving as the infantrymen of the organization, they are also cross-trained to be proficient in at least 2 other support skills. The lot of what makes up the trooper forces are mercenaries, criminals, and people who are angry at the world who have taken up with Cobra's offer of wealth and power. And if you don't know what Cobra is, it's in the G.I. Joe song, and it's basically, Cobra is, I can't even remember it exactly, but Cobra is an evil terrorist organization bent on taking over the world. And basically G.I. Joe is kind of like, almost like the Navy SEALs and the Commandos and Green Berets and everything, just mixed together like a bunch of the Commandos. Some of them make no sense at all. Like there's a sports guy who, for some reason, like a basketball player, is now a commando. I don't know why. Yeah, no one really dies in this show. They made comics of this. They were like by Marvel. They were a little bit more violent than the show. If you can read that, they're types of Cobra Troopers. Put it on there for a little bit. Pause it if you want to see it more. Then there's just a picture. Let's see if I can find another picture. There. Cobra Troopers in action from the show. As you can see, there's a lot of them. But mine's kind of like a little bit modernized, but it looks a lot like the older ones. And I based it off of an action figure I have too, kinda. I'm just not gonna show that right now. But why is it so dark there? I can move my iPad. Alright, now to get into the review. Sorry, this is gonna be kinda long. My next G.I. Joe custom, which I already made, will not be as long. But and most of you are probably seeing this video typed in G.I. Joe. Like, most of you are probably not even my subscribers, but typed in G.I. Joe on G.I. Joe Lego, which I know not many people do. But if you want to see more G.I. Joe, type in G.I. Joe Mock Brick Show or G.I. Joe Mock Beyond the Brick. There's just like a big giant mock made by some guy with customs kind of like these, but they look a little bit better, like printed and decaled and stuff. Alright, so now to get into this. He has the Cobra symbol. Just a little piece of paper that I glued to his chest. He had a Lego City construction thing with the collar, and I just sandpapered that off. You can kind of really see that a little bit, but... And you can still see the collar, because that's what Cobra Troopers actually have. But, yeah, and then he has, like, his vest. It's like a little pistol. I don't know if you can see that well. It's not a real pistol. Just drawn on there, but... His face mask, that's just a ninja thing. And a, just mean-looking Lego City face. Probably like a robber or something. And a Brick Arms helmet that's painted blue. A little bit on the back, knife on the side, and an MP40 that looks like kind of like the Cobra gun that they use. And yeah, that is all for this review. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.